My name is Boubacar Bachali here in Rainfield, the CEO founder of Sahel Agribusiness. I went to America as when I seek careers in film and television while serving in the U.S. Army. And from there, jumped into Hollywood, did my first film, which was a $2 million budget in 2023, which we've actually screened in many theaters in Los Angeles. I decided I want to come and work with the farmers. And I came and grabbed young people like Sana you've seen right here. And I said, hey, what do you want to do? They said they want to grow rice. I said, then let's go. The main important thing is Gambia got Gambians that are willing to serve Gambia. And as long as they have their heart in Gambia, Gambia will thrive.
Welcome back to Basic. Welcome back to the reality of nice Gambia. Let's welcome back to the Gambia. Simply the way here go. I am Lucky Child, the Prince of the Gambia, the Prince of Africa. I always said agriculture is the backbone of Africa. Agriculture is the oxygen of Africa. So here go. Gambians people are really ready to work hard through agriculture. My humble, kind and brother or is an uncle to me, same way. He left America. Day to day he's into agriculture in the Gambia, trying to do rice in the Gambia. So here go. He will let us know more about agriculture, and he will let us know more about rice planting in the Gambia. So right ago, well, before we go further, I would love to invite you, if you are new to the platform, subscribe, basically like it and share it to the four corners of the world. You can simply intro yourself to the four corners of the world.
And I want to say, look at y'all, welcome to Rainfield. Welcome to Rainfield. I want to keep the energy going. Like, yeah. Gambia, ligay jot na ham sa bopa, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Boubacar Bachali here in Rainfield, the CEO founder of Sahel Agribusiness, and which we started in 2022. During that process, we were learning what to do in agriculture. We didn't know anything. I don't know anything about agriculture, just passionate. I'm a filmmaker, and upon doing so many films in agriculture, I decided I want to come and work with the farmers. And I came and grabbed young people like Sana you've seen right here. And I said, hey, what do you want to do? They said they want to grow rice. I said, then let's go. So I came to Wellingara. They invited me. They showed me a place where I can farm. They gave me a place to stay. They gave me a camp. I mean, such a wonderful community. You know, so by the time after a year or two, we get to we realize that we need to focus. If we want to be successful in the rice cultivation, all of us cannot do production, because if you look at it, most of our seeds come from Senegal. And the first thing we say, no, we need to stop that. Let's figure out how to make our own seeds. Even though we haven't started making it, but we have tried. What we're doing is now multiplying as much as we can to make sure we have abundance. Hopefully by the time comes, we can have researchers who can come into play and to help us develop our own seeds. And I want to say welcome to Sahel Agribusiness. As you can see, we're here to empower Gambian farmers, smallholders. You see, make sure that we give them premium rice seeds. You see, premium rice seeds is everything. You know, if you're going to feed Gambia from the premium rice seeds. You understand? So here we say buy certified premium rice seeds for high yield. We want farmers to have high yield, so they can make money. More money. I mean, it's crazy. Gambian farmers are poor. Definitely. You go around the world, farmers are rich. How do we change that? We got to change it ourselves. And by giving them high yielding seeds, and we make sure Gambian have a great taste. And this is Sahel Agribusiness. Yes. Building resilience. And these are all our supporters right here from the Ministry of Agriculture.
So this great taste meaning we eat natural.
We eat natural, and it got flavor.
Get flavor.
Yeah.
It have good taste.
Yes.
So what about all this?
Well, this is the government of the Gambia. Thank you for supporting us. Regional Africa Development Bank. And this is the Lives and Livelihood Funds, Badia, the Islamic Development Bank. These are all people that actually supported us through projects. And this is our private association, Rice Investors. This is Maro Farms. Maro Farms actually really supported us, Musa Adabo, to help us establish here. Without him, we wouldn't be here today. And this is SDF, the bank that loans money to the agricultural sector. And this is Yona Bank. They're all down with agricultural products, making sure farmers get loans and stuff like that. Copia is the Korean program, you know, of innovative technology in agriculture. They partner with the Gambian government to support farmers by giving them capacity training.
Wow.
And I'm one of the beneficiaries. That's why I'm not going to brag, but I'm good at seed growing because of them. And this is Burong Wallo. This is Khalifa, my main man.
Khalifa.
Young Gambian farmer
Young
who
Gambian
also
farmer.
came from Netherlands. Full of energy. You got to meet him.
He left
Holland.
I'm going to meet him tomorrow.
Yeah. When you meet this guy,
Yes,
you will appreciate.
Stay tuned with Nice Gambia so that you can view a lot of farmers who are ready to feed the Gambia. What's the reason why you left the west side of the world and you choose the Gambia, you choose Africa, and you choose, you know, like you left, you know, the city and you come to the uptown, up the village, and then you want to, you know, empower the youths?
Okay. I didn't leave Gambia. I mean, I didn't choose Gambia. Gambia chose me because I was born here.
Yes.
And I left here, went to America.
Yeah.
And when I went to America, that's when I seek careers in film and television while serving in the U.S. Army. And from there, jumped into Hollywood, did my first film, which was a $2 million budget in 2023, which we've actually screened in many theaters in Los Angeles, which we the one that marketed and did it as an independent film producer. Now, after going through so many films and television productions there came a point where when you, in 2012, wherever you look at Gambia, young Gambians were dying because of the backward. And people were trying to do something, especially as the diaspora. And that's what I established Sahel Films Inc. Corporation in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Yeah, and this was just to tell the story of the young Gambians, and pretty much just to sell them, you know. And then from there, we started streaming a lot of these backway stories and stuff like that. Now, eventually, my mind was, you got to come home. You know what I mean? What to do, I don't know. But I know that I wanted to establish on film and television in the Gambia, which we did. And from there, when we came home, we established studies in film and photography curriculum, which was accredited by not myself, my wife, and the lady who was. And I want to say that I am the most lucky because I have such a wonderful wife. How are you? She's in Banjul. She's my backbone. She's my everything.
Yes.
Yeah, she's the one that keeps me going every morning, telling me I can do it.
Yeah.
I'm running the office while I'm here, and since then it's been like I don't know how to explain it. I would say adventure is adventurous. It's a learning process. You know, it's passion. You know, when I came, I met my brother Musa Adabo, who I once did a documentary on, CRR, the food basket of the Gambia, him coming back from the US. And the reason he came back was because he received a phone call from his family that they needed a bag of rice. His father was a big rice farmer here in Bansang.
In Bansang?
Yeah. And he said, as far as I know, as long as I've known, we've never bought a bag of rice. So for him, this was something out of the blues, out of the ordinary. So he decided to come home to see what was going on. And eventually he also got involved into rice farming, went through so many challenges. But thank God it became a success story. And then when I came in and I told him I wanted to do a rice story, he grabbed me by the arm and said, hey, let's go, brother. We need more of us to help us do this. And that's exactly what the private sector is. So we are pretty much in collaboration, partnering with each other to support not only us, but also the smallholder farmers, so Gambia can move on to the next level.
Can you say that again?
That's right. So Gambia can move on to the next level.
So, right, we can't wait to go to the rice field right now, and we have a lot to show you out. So you got to stay tuned on Focus with Nice Gambia. We will drop his number in the ending of the video. Wow.
what you're looking at here, we have about 43 hectares of rice field itself, and water coming straight from the river. Now you will see that if you look right here, you'll see there's stagnant of water. This is the water from the disaster of the rainy season 2024.
2024.
Yeah, this water should have been dried, but it's not. It's still here, as you can see.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know why, but maybe it has a lot to do with not being desilted or something like that. But this shouldn't be water. There shouldn't be water here. The water canal stuck right over there in front. There. Yeah. So this place should have been dry. People can walk right here, go all around, and stuff like that. Now, this same area where you're looking at, this water again is from the remaining of the rainy season right here.
This one here.
Yeah. We've actually.
It's not from the river.
It's all from the river. Yeah. But somehow, I don't know why, but it seemed like the water couldn't find its way back, or whatever the case may be. I can't answer that question. Okay. But yeah, somehow it's been drying little by little. Same thing here. You know, in 2024, if you would have been here rainy season, you wouldn't be able to walk in here. It was all water right here.
Here. Where we are walking, right?
The rice were all submerged. You know, where you could just easily. I don't know how to explain it. It was very painful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you couldn't, you see your rice just sort of drowning, but you couldn't do anything. You cannot cut it. You cannot put a combine harvester in here. It will destroy the combine harvester machine. You know, what do? You lose your rice.
You lose your rice.
And that's what happened. You know, you can still see a little bit of rice still standing. You can see the grains.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know, these are the rice we couldn't harvest. And sometimes we will go in, try to cut the rice by hand, and you couldn't walk in. It's just too much of water. You know. But I'll show you one of the things that we did. Yeah. Luckily, when the water started going down, we were fortunate here to see that there were still few plants standing, but it was scattered all over. Yeah. If you would have used the combine harvester machine to sort of harvest it, it was a waste of money, because you wouldn't earn too much. So what we did was we waited until the ground is dry. Our tractor driver came in and dry plow everything. So most of the seeds, when they were dry by then, you will see them on the ground. I'll show you. Now this is what we call a secondary canal right here.
This is a canal?
Yeah, this is the small canal right here.
So it's from the river, you just connect it
Well,
from the
it's
river?
from the main canal.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me show you right here what happened. What we do is, now this is what we call a poor development. In a normal situation, there will be gates. Here. Yeah. Okay. There will be gates, concrete metal gates. Yeah. You know what I mean? So the water can easily flow in. But it's not the case of Yahalipachar. That's why we have such a poorly developed rice field. And the place is not level. And these are one of the reasons why our yields are so poor. You know? So there's one of the main things that we need to do here is to develop this land.
This land here.
Yeah. Level it. You can pretty much do a lot of things. You can see your yield increase, because the water wouldn't go one side, the water will be level.
So you started leveling it already?
Well, we do the plowing to help us to do that, but it's going to take more than that. Yeah. The private sector you don't own. You can just lease it temporarily and then give it back, or they'll take it back from you. But so far I've been lucky to be in Wellinger, where they told me just go to work. So we're trying to look at what we can change, you know, in our own investment, from our own perspective, you know. So you see this.
This is rice.
Yeah. So what we did when the tractor dry plowed it scattered everything. So I know you're gonna say, but where's the rice? It's not coming up. That's because they shut the gate down over there.
That other side.
Yeah,
so
the
it's
main
like
gate.
The water is not having access to come to the rice.
Exactly. So we've been pumping, you know, just to get water here so we can get a head start to get this rice. You know, so if this rice was wet a little bit, guess what? You will see germination.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, this whole place will be germinated. And we can take this rice, transplant them to this resection. We have 1, 2, 3.5 plot waiting for them to open the gates. But if you want to wait till late February, when are we going to harvest? And this is the problem. And then by the time you harvest, the birds are attacking you, still getting more low yield. And you wonder why we cannot feed Gambia. Another problem is our scheduling. We wait till the last minute to do things. At least we own our own tractor, we do what we can. But we can't do nothing without water. And if you want to spray pump water all in this place right here, we don't even have water in the canal.
So it is like how many meters away from here to the river?
The river is a little bit farther. It's more than, it's far. Yeah, the river is far. And I'll show you the gate itself, where we call concrete, where the water flows from. You know. So now, after we harvested, we have a total bags of 80 bags of rice.
80.
80. We should have been getting 50 bags or more per plot. But if you look at all 5 of them, we got 80 bags.
That was the start.
And you have to pay the combine harvesters. You have to pay the other people that gave you the inputs and stuff like that. And you are left with 9 bags. So I'm saying to myself, it's time to run. But, you know, I have a wonderful wife who kept encouraging me. Say, don't give up. It's just the first start. You know, let's look at what the challenges are and let's see how we can fix it. And I said the first thing we need to do was to figure out how to get water and control the water.
Because that was the main challenge.
That was the main challenge. That's why our yield went so low. So I started researching how other people, especially in Asia, were doing it. And I came to seeing most of them were using these solar pumps.
The solar pumps.
Yeah, but they were using the borehole type. I said, no, I cannot use the borehole type, say, because we have the canals.
Yeah.
And you're going to go in and dig somebody's borehole because it's a lease land. Then I came across some pumps and I started communicating with some of these people, the manufacturers. And I said, can you design it this way? And they say they will try. And based on the research itself, we're able to design the pump. And I'm going to show you that solar pump.
The solar pump.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it.
You know.
So you decided on your own way?
Yeah, we did it on our own way. We've tried with the local pumps in the Gambia, but they were not powerful enough.
But also, like, I want to ask you, like, I think because since I came here in the morning, I've been seeing cows coming in.
Yes.
And I see birds flying everywhere. I'm seeing gold shapes. So I think all those are part of your challenges.
Well, big time. Big time. They'll come in. They don't care. These Ghanaians don't care. You call the chief, you call the community leaders. What can they do? They don't care. They do this year after year. So eventually, what I started doing, I started becoming their friends. And I'll tell them, you know, when it's time for harvest, you'll take this plot, you'll take this plot, and they start seeing that, they start appreciating it, and now they start taking care of me because they know that when this place is harvested, their cows will have food to eat, and it's more milk for them.
Yeah, it's more milk for them.
Yeah.
And it is good for your land. Because
Exactly.
the more they are eating, the more you know, they leave the waste in the farm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now we pretty much like good neighbors and good friends. You know, so whenever they come in, they ask us, where can we go? I say, okay, try the place. We're going to be using that maybe in about 3 weeks, so we'll let them go and use it. Yeah.
After harvesting, they will come under you. So
Another one.
Oh, wow.
Now this is the solar panel right here. This is about 3,000 watts.
3,000 watts.
Yeah.
For one solar panel?
Yeah. No, for all of them.
For all
together.
of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I wanted to do, I wanted to design it like a small thing, or whatever you call it, where we can actually lay it on and lift it up and turn it into a small storage hall for an office, remote office. You know, we'll put fans, we'll put windows and stuff like that for our staff that are the field managers and stuff like that. Yeah. So they don't have to always go because it's very far. It's very far getting back into the city itself. You see. So this is our main savior right now.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is.
I mean, here's for us to, you know, we'll be here.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Come.
Okay. So
Wow.
this is ISRI 7.
It's through 7.
Yeah, we are very well. We are big on ISRI 7 because we know what ISRI 7 can do. ISRI 7 was actually uh, how do I say it? They were adapted by Africa rice.
Okay.
It came from South Korea called Tongjil.
Tongjil.
This is the rice that that's how South Korea was able to be self-sufficient in 1978.
In 1978.
They never went hungry again.
Wow.
And now Africa Rice captured this rice with Kafafi, and they were able to however they do it with their research and stuff, make it adaptable to our African, West African soil. And since then, throughout, wherever you go in Africa, there's ISRI 7, which is very aromatic, and it's a premium rice.
Premium rice.
Yeah. Now you can see some of the sites are burned, and that's because of the lack of water and also the fertilizer itself. Because the time they were putting the fertilizer, there was not enough water. And like I was telling the farmers, the association, open the gates. You are hurting us.
Of course.
Well, now we will have to wait for everybody in Jahali before they can open the gate. I said, what kind of nonsense is this? Open the gate so those people that want to get a head start, let them get a head start. The people that want to wait, let them wait. You cannot have everybody wait for one person or two people, because if you go all around town, they upset. People want to start and they still shutting the gate down. So I said, try to open it today. Maybe you close it. The water doesn't have to get into other people's plot. And this is why I say we need to develop the fields.
Of course.
The fields are not developed, and that's the problem.
So are you having the Gambia variety rice?
I don't think any one of them is Gambian variety. It's pretty much all African variety.
Okay. Africa,
yeah,
okay.
from Africa rice. As you can see, this is for 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that one is 7.
7.
And that one is 6.
6. This one takes
Actually,
about 90 days.
Okay.
This one takes about 110 days. This one is
I
more
can see
aromatic.
I can see the difference. This one is more.
And they are very tolerant to diseases, pests. These things, they survive well here.
They survive well.
Very well. Especially during the rainy season when you have everything coming out from the woodwork.
So it's like from here to there.
Yeah, it's ISRI 6.
Okay.
Yeah, so this one will take a plot. This one will take a plot. I think it will take a little bit more than a plot. And then this one will take a plot. And then this one as well. And then this one as well. So we can actually get an 8 plot here. 8 plot right here. This whole 8 plot, it will be ISRI 6. When you walk in, it will be welcoming you.
It will be welcoming you.
Yeah.
Everywhere will be like a green diamond.
Orolox too.
Yes.
Yeah, some of these Orolox as well. You know, they're very aromatic. You know, you ask people that know Gambia, rice growing in the Gambia, you give them a choice, they will say Orolox. But the problem with Orolox, as for a case of a business person, it doesn't make sense because the yield is low. You know, it's definitely aromatic. If you're going to do it for yourself. But if you want to do it in business, you're going to have to sell the bags. And I understood now, a 50 kg Orolox goes for about $6,000 to $7,000. You know, because they're very high quality rice, premium rice. You know, but it wouldn't make sense. It's going to make sense for most people. But the people that are willing to pay the price, that's fine. You see. Yeah,
So this one is from the river?
Yeah, the water is yet still low. Look at the gate. You see, these were the bags we put in here to protect the water from coming in during the rainy season.
Okay.
You see how high we got them? Because the water was coming in. You know, no matter what we do, we couldn't stop the water. We kept building sandbags. You can see there are mud.
Yeah, a lot of them, yeah.
Yeah.
So now you're able to stop it?
Yeah. No, we couldn't stop it. They went over. The water went over.
Wow.
We couldn't stop it. We gave up at the end. We had like 6, 7 machines.
So why the
running.
ground is like this?
Well, this is clay ground. This is where rice is grown. It's, once it's wet, it becomes very soft, and then you use the power tiller or the machine to mix it. It's very smooth. You won't even feel it.
You will not feel it, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Wow. So what are your like your future plans, like your future targets?
My plan is to make sure we have enough seeds to provide for all Gambian, and I'm not just saying any seed, but premium seeds that Gambian farmers can appreciate the yield and the taste, that it is palatable, because then it's easy to sell. You don't want to grow rice that doesn't taste too good.
Yes.
You cannot sell it.
You can't sell it.
Yeah. So this is every day what we work hard at, and also trying to make sure that we are cultivating at the right schedule. So we also don't run into problem with the birds, because sometimes the birds can come in, they can eat the whole field.
Yeah.
You know, and then everything you work so hard for is gone. You know, and if you want to do 43 hectares, you really got to strategize how to plant. You know, whether you're going to do at a certain phase this amount, then you wait this amount based on the capacity of people you have to drive the birds away. You know, you have to calculate all that, otherwise.
And you pay all those.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You pay all those people when they're coming. Now,
Yes.
you've seen this place.
So it's like you are working hard every day to leave a legacy.
That's the most part. Gambia. That's the most part. It's not about money anymore.
Yes.
It's not about, well, I'll be lying if I tell you it's not about money. Money is always important.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, I'm chasing more of what I can leave behind. If I can change the mindset of one or two people, I've done my job.
Of course.
And that's what it's all about.
Wow.
You know,
I love that one. Is it?
yeah.
So these are
our pilot programs. We were trained by Kopia, which is the Korean Kopia from Korea.
Okay.
They train us on how to do this project itself. Now, what you're seeing right here, Sahel 134, very nice rice. Sahel 177, yeah.
Okay.
They are also very nice rice. You can see the ISRI 60, ISRI 7, ISRI 10, very small. You see the size of the ISRI 10.
Yes.
But you will come one day, you'll see it in a full plot itself. But we go step by step, little by little. 4044, very small. ISRI 11.
4044, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
ISRI 11 and ISRI 10, these are rice that are sort of good for areas like North Bank or LRR because of the salt intrusion itself. You know, so if you're going to grow anything that will affect your plant, salt would affect your plant, you might want to go with ISRI 10, ISRI 11. So we also have to consider them,
Yeah,
you know, as rice farmers. Now we also have the V19, the V16. There go the Orelux right there. When the birds come, that's the first thing they're going to
So
attack.
all these are variety of rices
That we carry,
that you
that we multiply.
Yeah, you multiply.
Yeah.
And you want to supply the whole farmers.
That's the idea. They should have an opportunity to get their hands on this. So you see this front line right here.
Yeah.
And this is being done by our new entry-level junior staff from Gambia College, agricultural student. Okay. Now what we're going to design here, we're going to design a 6 by 50, and each plot will fit in there. Oh. And then hopefully by the time we are done for harvest, we can get at least about maybe between 5 to 10 bags. It depends on the cultivation itself, how well we get the yield. You know. Now we can turn around and take those, let's say up to 10 bags. We can now expand them.
Yeah, outside.
Yes.
What does Sahel rice? Do you name the Sahel rice after your company?
No.
Or you name the company after the rice?
No. My company
Yes.
was established in 2012 in the film industry.
Okay.
In order to find ways to train young Gambians into the film industry that were going to the diaspora.
Okay.
And I use Sahel because Sahel Arabic words mean coast to coast.
Coast to coast.
Yeah. And since most young Gambians were actually using the Sahel terrain to go to the back way, it only made sense. And plus my cousin Ismaila Sar made a film called Once Upon a Time in Sahel. And the reality is that's why I first captured the name. Mm-hmm. And since I was partnering with him, working with him, I figured, you know, it only makes sense to keep pushing the Sahel. Now this Sahel, this was named by the researchers or something like that. It has nothing to do with my company.
Okay.
But, you know, with the company name lined up with this, it's just beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have in the Sahel rice and the company name is
Sahel Agribusiness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And most people, especially if you speak well of Yunus, Sahel.
Wow, Sahel.
Wow.
Okay, that's true. Wow, Sahel.
Yeah.
And Daral Sahel, right?
Daral Sahel.
Wow.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, So this is Sahel 210.
Yeah.
So you started with Sahel 210 transplanting.
Yes.
What is the reason? Why do you do it?
We wanted to start with Sahel 210 as one of our first transplant because of the duration itself. It takes a little bit long. It takes about 110 days. So right now, by the time I put the ISRI 7, the Orolux, the ISRI 7 and the Orolux will actually be ready before this one, or almost around the same time.
At the same time,
Yeah. And you know, this rice is nice. And they are not only premium, but they also have abundant yield, which is good for Gambia if we want to achieve rice self-sufficiency. And it tastes great. These are one of the great tasting rice.
This is the best.
It's one of the best.
Homegrown.
Not just the best in terms of variety. Yeah, homegrown is the best.
Yeah, homegrown
but
is the best.
This is one of the best varieties.
Yeah.
As you can see, we've already transplanted this area. Let me take you around here where you can see more. Tomorrow we'll be transplanting this area. So if you come in the morning,
Okay, let's come here before we go. Yeah. Why do you guys always burn this and then put it back in the rice field?
well, they said it's good. That's what they say.
Okay.
Yeah, and sometimes it helps you when you have areas that have salt.
Salt.
The ash.
Okay.
Yeah, they sort of spread it out, or the lime itself. You know, I forgot what they call it. Lasso.
Lasso.
Like when you have little spots that are burned, stuff like that, because of salt. You can just spread it out.
Spread
here.
it in there.
Yeah.
So why do they do it like this, Anna?
This is for tomorrow.
Okay.
The women will be coming to do the transplanting
Tomorrow.
And then from there, we'll be done with this return. We have about 1, 2, 3 plots. Okay. We might have 3.5 over there because it looks like this last one is here. We'll need to find a home here.
So how many women will be working here tomorrow?
Normally 7.
Okay.
It's supposed to be like 10.
10, yeah.
Yeah, but normally 7, as you can see. Now we also have our own transplanting machine. So hopefully we'll start using that. Okay. Our guys will get their hands-on training for that. And then
and there's the tractor.
Yeah, this is the tractor right here. This is what we use to do the plowing. And when we're not plowing, we'll use this to carry our combine harvesters, our equipment wherever we need to, and stuff like that. Yeah.
This is amazing, eh?
Yeah. I actually bought this tractor from a good friend from Pakistan.
From Pakistan?
Yeah, they brought it in the Gambia. See, it's provided by a tractor provider. And let me tell you something, this tractor does magic, man.
It does magic?
Yeah.
Must focus it. Yes, sir.
It's about 82 horsepower, 4-wheel drives, you know. I got a great deal for it.
Great deal for it?
Yeah.
Wow, and he's really doing the service.
Oh man, he's doing a wonderful job.
Wonderful job.
Yeah. It sounds like a tractor.
Wow.
Yeah.
I stood there on the road with the tractor we were coming in the morning.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that. I didn't know that it's yours.
Oh, the tractor.
Yeah, I stood there.
The first transplant we started with, as you see today, we were adding water with the
that one there.
solar. Yeah.
Yes. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
That's Fatumata.
Yes.
Fatumata, where are you going? Okay. For tomorrow? Yeah.
That's good.
They're prepping for tomorrow to get the water over there because that's going to be the next place after here.
Wow.
So they don't go home until everything is laid out.
This is my favorite machine.
Oh man, this machine can do what tractor does.
Obviously.
Yeah, you see Santa the way he rides it, man. Man.
So I was on top of it with my cameraman.
Exactly. He almost fell. And the good, you see the thing is with this, you see the, look at the tires. Look at the tires. It's like some kind of claws. You see the tires?
So
Yeah.
where are they taking the cables?
If it was a tractor tire, you will see the tractor marks. Yeah. So when we're ready to do our transplanting, this is the one we use to level everything.
Wow.
Yeah. You see, and it does well.
So the tractor goes in first before?
Yeah, the tractor goes in first and do the softening part of it, and then after that, this one goes in. Now you can see the transplant.
The guys are really greedy.
Oh man, these guys are wonderful.
Wonderful.
They are wonderful. Yeah.
Wow. Still, you from there to there,
Yeah.
it's all Sahel 10.
Sahel 210.
210, yeah.
And it will go to the end corner right there. And then after that we do IR 841, which is also another great tasting rice. And most likely right behind you we'll do 841 if there's any remaining. And some of these individual plots, we'll either use them for Orelots or we use them for those small varieties that we didn't have abundance of to multiply them here. Yeah. About 13 varieties.
Do you know their names?
Well, I said their names while they were on the board right
Okay.
there. We have ISRI 6, ISRI 7, ISRI 10, ISRI 11. We have Sahel 134, Sahel 177. We have Sahel 210. And then we have IR 841. And we have Orilot. We have B19, B16. We have 3 of 39. And what else did I miss, Binti? IR. I said that one.
IR.
We have 105. And what else?
Who said IR?
She started, but she got shortened. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's like 17 varieties.
No, it's 13.
13. So
Yeah.
which one is the most favorite? The one the farmers need. No.
Let me tell you something. If Orilox were abundance in yield, it would have been the best. But it's not. So the farmers are looking for money. So they also look for what else is tasty and yet give them the abundance yield, which is the ISRI 7.
ISRI 7.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the same rice that got South Korea in 1978 self-sufficient in rice. And that's what we want in the Gambia. So we can be self-sufficient by 2030, according to the president of the Gambia, Dr.
Yes.
Adama Barrow.
Adamo Barrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. What powerful message do you have for our Gambian brothers who are there in Germany, those who wanted to bring this project in the Gambia?
I will say bring it on. Every help is needed here. We are not so fortunate to have what the rest of the world got, but I think what's the main important thing is Gambia got Gambians that are willing to serve Gambia. And as long as they have their heart in Gambia, Gambia will try.
Gambia will be there.
Will be there. You know, just like me and you and Abdullah, you know, we all got our hearts in Gambia. That's why we're out here in the field. It's not like we're going to stay in Bangalore.
Yes.
It's not like I can go back to America.
Yeah.
But we wanted to make a difference. We wanted to leave a mark, you know, to take Gambia to the other level. What our fathers did, we wanted to do better, you know.
More than what our fathers did.
Yeah, we wanted to do more than
Because
what
our fathers leave legacy.
Yeah.
And then we want to leave legacy.
Exactly.
When our children come, they leave legacy.
That's the only way to go. But if you say me,
yeah.
and there's a lot of problem in the Gambia, that's why we're still struggling because of that
I,
me, and that doesn't spell no T.
That will not work out.
It wouldn't work.
It's like we got to make a joining hands together.
We have to stop being selfish. I understand.
Yeah.
Bunit digas bul di sul. I understand. I don't know Abdullah. But Abdullah, what do you think? Yeah, we need to stop that.
Lulu man understand mako wise ba guy ñom
No, explain and I'll explain and maybe some other people don't understand.
Yeah, probably understand.
Comme like su ñena di try yow bul ya.
Wow.
Defaral.
Wow, yow da nga wara
join hands.
Wa da nga wara yokal loxo rek.
Exactly.
Muy gëna
Waaye
dem.
kii mu ngi defar yow yaa ngi yaha.
Wow.
Let me say this. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything here. There is still a struggle here in Jahalipacha. I've made a video before said, can Jahalipacha feed the Gambia? And the answer that I got was no, because we're not ready. Irrigation is a problem. Land development is a problem. You know, land ownership is a problem, you know, which is land tenure. You know, when you look at now the government supposed to lease the land to the private sector, that is a problem because there is not much being done, or they're not actually anticipating to come out and say, hey, let's see what we can do for the private sector. Yeah. We don't have time to be going to Banjul all the time. We have to be here.
Be here.
And work in the fields. But every time I step out of
Was
here,
our farming or telephone farming is not the
it's
solution.
not. You know, when I step out of here to chase people in their office, you are delaying people from being fed. So let's stop being selfish, and let's make this place a better place.
Yeah.
And
So
we
what
can
will be your advice to, because what you're saying is really important, but the other advice to our people, our government, you know, to join hands to our farmers.
Let me say this, man. I'm proud of the minister, Honorable Dr. Demba Diallo. I salute you, brother,
Yeah.
for the hard work you've
Let
done.
me salute you too.
Yeah, because I know what you've done for us here, especially the private sector.
Yeah.
And you know, I thank the president for his initiative when he came out during the inauguration saying the national agenda would be what to be rice self-sufficient in the Gambia.
In the Gambia.
And I'm chasing that dream to make sure that we are rice self-sufficient. Because at the end of the day, I don't care what you think. At the end of the day, majority of the Gambian will be fed. So this is not politics or anything. Let's look at the other side of it. He wants Gambia to be self-sufficient by 2030, and that's what I'm looking at. Now, some people might look at it in a sense of politics. It's up to you. But look at it in a way where we can feed our young kids and our families so we can employ young people. They don't have to go to the dad. For me, that's how I see it. Nothing else.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
To support the youngest.
That's what it is.
Because they are the future
They're
of
the
tomorrow.
future. If you don't support them, I'm telling you, man, you're going to die old quick. You will live a rough life.
Because they are the one they're gonna support you like
yeah,
when
the
you're
young
old.
kids are the ones supporting. Lord of Sakir Mola Delo, Mom La Delo. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, so if you sit there being hard-headed, man, I don't know what to tell you. We got to support this young kid, you know.
Because they are the future.
Yeah.
Right. Yo, lo am pour wax askan bi fele because agriculture be boy. Ah. Man dama actually refer rek ma yemu, you know what I mean? Dama skip. I've been to many rice fields, but buma actually feel rek man so dama yemu, you know.
waa xanaa ñu góorgóorlu rek comme lu mu wax comme suma boss lu mu wax government bi ñu dimbale leen ñoom tamit ñu dimbale di young ones parce que lii dunda la
Li mooy dund bi.
lii mooy dund bi soo lii yëpp lii la if we have this then it's fine balaa ñoo dem di order maalo outside we can do it here let them give them the support and the power ñu dimbale leen pour yëfi land ownership also let them have it so that they can develop their areas in terms so that their employees also come send warehouse here in bagage finko dench. We don't have it here. It's a problem. We have to go outside and then look for a store or you know it's not easy.
It's not
So
easy.
then you do Mbale, please let them help us. I know they are trying, but let them try more.
More to support the farmers.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
You go right? Because li moy dunda bi.
Li mooy dunda bi.
Loolu mënta liggéey ci aduna dunda bi la.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Loolu mooy wax bi sax.
Mooy wax bi, yeah.
Yes.
Before I'm going to say something, I'm going to bring your mind into something, maybe bring your nose senses into something.
Okay.
And when Mangla Wane, Sahel 210 is a premium rice. Fimatahone, I can smell it, the aroma already. At a very young seedling age.
Yeah.
So that way, if you compare to Fimatahone Fale, you can smell the rice coming.
Yes, it's
It's
different.
different.
It's different.
This is what I yearn for. This is the
Are you
beauty.
not smelling something?
Early
Yeah,
in
of
the
course.
morning. This is
Different
what I
from
come
the
for.
place.
Yeah.
Man li mala buñ
Exactly.
mala buñ toga ba
It's a
pare. Yeah,
beautiful
gis nga
smell.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
very nice smell.
You know,
So do you believe in this word like grow what you eat and eat what you grow?
I believe it 110%, man. That's the only way to stay healthy. And when you grow in it, you are physically involved, you are mentally involved, you're not sitting down, you know, you are in motion. When you eat it, you're eating what you know that you put in here. You try to stay away from the pesticides, you try to stay away from the, you know, the chemicals and stuff like that. You want something natural, understand me? Because this is the best way to live.
It's the best life.
So when Lima there was so saying you there rush them to supermarket, you get all this imported food. We don't have a chance. We don't have a choice. But then again, 100%, not everything in the supermarket is imported. There are some local products, but the customers just have to read how to get some of this best natural food from the Gambia itself and start supporting Gambian growers and stuff like that. Yeah.
So what about like how do you think like how we will stop importing rice and then we use we eat our own rice?
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think we can stop rice importation. I think we can reduce rice importation. We don't have that capacity. We don't have that capacity. No.
What do you mean
We,
like
we don't have the growers.
Yeah, ready for it.
We're not ready for
the
it.
farmers are not ready for it?
Well, not the farmers are not ready for it, but the investment is not ready for the farmers to be ready for it. The farmers are ready.
Already.
You give them machinery, they'll run all day, but someone has to invest.
He left America to come here
You know,
Yes,
to help farmers.
to help farmers.
Let others stimulate him. Do the same thing.
They do the same thing.
Yeah. We try and then see.
So what would be your last and final message to the viewers out there all over the globe?
you know,
Yeah.
let's just. Okay, let me wait for a seat. Yeah, man lima am pour wax mooy life is not difficult. You know, you're gonna face ups, you're gonna face downs. It's okay. At the end of the day, you win if you really work at it. You know, and that's what we do, and that's what we did when we went to America. When we didn't have a choice, we were forced to find solution. Now we come home, let's also have that same attitude and be forced to find solution so we can support government efforts and we can support our community. Don't come to farming and you say, oh, this is mine. No. Look at the community you're in and you bring them in with you.
In with you, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all come in as one and work together.
Yeah.
But when you come out here and say you're gonna farm and you're all about you and your company, boy, you're gonna suffer. Let me tell you that right now, so you know. That's why when you see Sahel Agribusiness, we always say we're in partnership with Wellinger Kejor, we're in partnership with Saruja, we're in partnership with Barajali, we're in partnership with any community that wants to touch us. We don't kick them away. And this is why we are being successful. And this is why they can freely come. If you look at one of the plots over there, we actually designed it for them to come in and do their nurseries there because this whole place is dry.
Yeah,
There's no water.
You saw me that place in the morning, yeah.
And we were able to do that with the solar pump. We are not being selfish. We are inviting them, let's come together and let's change the whole parameter. And this is the only way to go. Me alone, I can't do it. You alone, you can't do it. But you see, today we are all here together. We're able to not prolong, but we're able to push to go a day and a step further than what I could have done myself. So it's not too late, brothers and sisters. Come home, let's do what we do.
Yeah.
You know, you're doing it for your own good, for your own self, for your country. If nothing else, for your family.
Yeah, that's it. So like the last and the final question, the last and final to close, since 2020, which year do you started?
We started in 2022, April.
2022 to 2025.
Yeah.
How much do you invest into agriculture?
Ooh, I think we might have invested somewhere around $15 million.
15
Yeah,
Gambian dollars.
because
Wow.
the tractors they're not cheap.
They're
And
not
labor
cheap.
is not cheap.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So you know, if you don't pay salary, they're not gonna come.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the
Petrol
thing.
and-
Fuel,
Yeah.
you know, and all that stuff. So you just got to keep going, and you know that you as a visionary person, you have plans to be successful, that you're going to make it, and you're going to be able to repay back all your investment. This is not the kind of investment you're going to put one foot in, one foot out. You're going to go all the way in, and you make it successful.
You have to step both of your foot. Yeah.
Everything, your hands and everything. Don't worry about nothing else. Just come in, you know, and hit the mark.
Yeah.
That's it. You know.
Wow. So that's the powerful message to our African brothers out there. So right at the moment, here is the number. Talk to them live and direct. As we always said, we're representing the Gambia, working hard each and every day to change the narrative of Africa. Thank you very much for watching. Nice Gambia. We are the best. Out of rest, we read in the Gambia and others follow. So as we always say, we know sort of wrong news, sad news, good news and positive side of the Gambia, the positive side of Africa. We can change the narrative. We can make it with or without going out. Stay tuned and focus. Thank you. Yes.